I used to spend an hour a day working on my body, but almost no time working on my soul. When I get into something, I really get into it. Back in 2018, I started working out for the first time at a gym and I really loved it. I would go to this gym 2 times a day, sometimes 3 times for years. I loved how it made me feel. I love feeling strong, and there's nothing wrong with that. Taking care of your physical body really matters. But here's the truth. My relationship with Christ was very surface level. I was a Christian, I went to church every week, and I was a pretty decent person, but I didn't have depth. And a couple years ago, I felt really convicted. I had never read the Bible all the way through. And I remember thinking, how am I going to stand before God and tell him, or have the audacity to tell him, that I didn't have time to read his word? But I managed to have time to go to the gym for an hour every day. So I started a reading plan and I learned a lot and I completed the Bible. But then I started again reading the Bible and just digging deeper, moving slower. I found myself starting to think about scripture throughout the day. I started wanting to read the Bible more. Basically, I became obsessed with the Bible, much like how I was obsessed with the gym. And I started to realize something that really hit me hard. At that time in my life, I would never skip a 1 hour workout. I would even wake up to go work out at 5 a.m. But yet I would not give God an hour, not an hour every day. I'd give an hour to the gym. I'd give probably about an hour or more to TV or social media, but never an hour to the Word. And I'm not saying you have to read the Bible an hour a day, but I am saying this. Are you comfortable standing before God and saying, I trained my body daily, every day went to the gym for an hour, but I didn't think you were worth that much time? You see, now after I've made it a habit in my life, I love reading the Bible. Not because I have to, but because I want to. I love learning who God is, truly. I love pleasing him. I love his word. And to others, it may seem crazy, just like when I was going to the gym at 5 a.m. every day. That seemed crazy to some people. And so I realized to some people, I might seem different, maybe even radical about my faith. And you're exactly right. I am different, and I am radical about my faith because God means that much to me. I still care about my health. I still want to be strong, but I will never let my physical discipline outgrow my spiritual life again, because I will not stand before God saying, I never missed a workout, but I didn't have that kind of time for you. So let me leave you with these 2 verses. 1 Timothy 4:8. For physical training is of some value, but godliness has value of all things, holding promise for both the present life and the life to come. And Matthew 6:21, for where your treasure is, there your heart will be also.